Hello, welcome back to my channel, The Time of My Life. I'm Deandra, and my channel is all about intentional and abundant living. And I wanted to just come on here today to give a quick review of a book that I've been reading for the month of March, Atomic Habits by James Clear. Just finished the book. The book is absolutely incredible, changed my life. I mean, when I said it changed my life, it truly has made me mindful of every single habit that I have to a habit inventory. And these are some of my takeaways. So I just wrote down some notes here just to keep me grounded so I don't blab too much. So the first is small daily habits done consistently create massive life-changing results. And you don't rise to your goals, you fall to your systems. And in order to be successful in your habit, some of the takeaways are you need to make your habit obvious. All right. So if you know you want to go to the gym more, then you would probably want to take out your gym clothes and put it out, so that when my mouth runs ahead of my thoughts, it gets like that sometimes. So I'm going to slow it down. Okay. So to be successful in your habits, you want to make the habit obvious. So if you know that you want to be healthier and you need to move more, you're going to want to put your gym clothes out so that it's visible. Okay. Another one is to make it attractive. And in the same vein of, going to the gym, if you know that, all right, I want to get moving more, I need a little bit of motivation, make going to the gym attractive. Get you a cute water bottle, get you some nice gym clothes, so that you're more inclined to get up at 4 a.m. and go to the gym. Okay. Also make it easy. And just to piggyback on the whole gym scenario, if you know that going to the gym may be a challenge, make sure that you make it easy enough for you to be able to put yourself in that environment. So maybe you want to take your gym bag with you at work, so that you would know that, okay, after I get off from work, I may want to go to the bathroom and change into my gym gear. So make your habit easy, and also make it satisfying. All right, make it satisfying. Let me give another example other than going to the gym. So for example, I would say that if you want to eat healthier, you're trying to cut down sugar like me, make the habit satisfying where, you may not just want to go cold turkey and say, okay, well, I'm cutting out sugar completely. Maybe you want to move from processed sugar to yes, you want to move from processed and refined sugar, maybe to more natural sugars. Okay, so make it satisfying, whereas, you may opt for a fresh fruit as opposed to chocolate or cookies and stuff like that, and attach it to your identity. So in the same vein of making it satisfying, you attach your habit to your identity. Like the habit has to be kind of embedded in your brain. Like, okay, I want to identify as a healthy eater. Okay, so the opposite, could be true as well, where I do not want to identify as a person that's just consuming junk and processed foods and I'm tired all the time. So make it a part of your identity. I am a healthy person. I am a person that, moves my body. All right. And then in addition to that, I wrote down one of the other takeaways was to build systems, not goals. So instead of saying, this year I'm going to go to the gym more, that's a goal. Create systems around, that goal. All right. So it's the actionable steps that you would actually take in order to achieve, so it says to build the systems, not so much so to focus on the goal. So if you want to, become better at You want to become healthier. The goal is not to just go to the gym. You build a system, an entire system, the way you eat, the way you prepare to move your body more. So you build your system, not so much just writing that goal on the vision board. And then to stack your habits, right? So for example, one of the examples was that if you know that you are more than likely gonna get up and scroll on your phone, okay, so you would stack your habits by doing a good habit first and then doing the things that you enjoy. So maybe you would scroll on your phone after you would have consumed your healthy breakfast. Then you would treat yourself to like scrolling on social media. Or after I would have read, then you go ahead and you enjoy one of the habits that you enjoy. So not to eliminate bad habits completely, but just to stack them so that you're doing the good ones first and more. All right. And then design your environment. So it goes back to, if you know you want to be more healthier, you're not going to fill your house with junk food. You're going to make your environment conducive to, you know, um, what you want to identify as. So if you want to be a healthy person, stock the fridge with bottled water as opposed to the sweet drinks that you may consume. And track and reward consistently. So you'll track your good habits, and you reward yourself. So there's no such, everything in moderation, sorry. So there's no such thing as there are bad habits and there are good habits, but to just kind of have that balance. So track and reward yourself consistently was one of the takeaways that I got. And to make breaking a habit painful, like there was this story in there that talked about when this guy, he wanted to, I think it was to write a book. And so every time he found himself getting off track, he would make like the consequence expensive. Something like I think he paid $5 to an accountability partner every time like he was off track. Yeah, something like that. But the takeaway was to make it painfully hard for you to like give up, on your habits, on your good habits. And so those were just a few takeaways, and it drove me to action. And there's a lot of research there that backs the science of developing good habits. There's a lot of actionable steps, but just to sum it up, I was just wowed by the book. I mean, it was one of the best reads I've ever had in a very, very long time, and I can see myself rereading it because it just spoke to every area of my life. Like I literally cut out the consumption of sugar based on the science that they did, with the dopamine hit and what it did to the mice, when they were consuming the sugar, and how companies, engineer these foods, just to get the right amount of satisfaction for you to keep on purchasing it. It's deep, guys. It's very deep, and it's something that I would always make reference to because it really and truly was life-changing. And I'll be honest with you, I sometimes reread some of the things because I'm like, this is so powerful, and I see why person said, the information is in the books. Sometimes we think, oh, reading, enjoyment, the fiction and stuff like that, but there is such a great wealth of information in books, and I want to always be the person that gets to tap into that. Reading allows you to sit in rooms you would not have sat in otherwise, had you not have picked up that book. So I'm just so grateful to have had the ability to read Atomic Habits. I would recommend it to everyone. If I could say, and I've read a lot of books in my, in my time, and I would have to say that Atomic Habits is definitely in the top 5. So if you're looking to add a book, to your reading list. You could benefit from reading Atomic Habits. It truly, truly was life changing, and I wish that experience for all of my followers. And yeah, if you have read Atomic Habits, or if you have a, a book that you swear by that was life changing for you, drop it down in the comments, and I will be happy to check it out. See you guys later.